What's up, tea drinkers? Who's ready to spill? Welcome to The Tea with KG, hosted by your girl, Kaylee Grace. Here you'll find your weekly boost of real talk mixed with laughter, healing, and all of those vulnerable, messy moments in between. The Tea with KG is a safe space for you to show up exactly as you are. We are here to share real-life stories from around the globe and be a community of love, joy, and celebrating life. This is a real deal show, so there will be coarse language and sensitive topics discussed. The most beautiful stories oftentimes emerge from the darkest of places, and we're here to explore it all. There's room for everyone at this tea time, so grab your drink of choice, spark it up, or just relax and soak it up. Cheers, and let's spill. What's up, tea drinkers? We are back with another episode of The Tea with KG. I'm your host, Kaylee Grace. We are here to spread the sparkle. We are back. We had a week off last week while I was back east in New Brunswick celebrating my beautiful bestie Kelsey as she married her soulmate B. It was such an amazing trip home. It was definitely a whirlwind going from Pacific Standard Time back to Atlantic Time, and it was just such a quick trip for me. I wish I had had more time, but I'm so grateful for the time that I did get there. Even though it was fast and furious, I squeezed a lot of people into a really short amount of time, but I am just super, super grateful for it. Before we dive into all that, I want to wish a happy birthday to everyone's favorite podcast co-host, Mr. Benson. It is his 7th birthday today, June 27th, so happy birthday to my sweet special boy, my little Cancerian soul. And while we're talking about that, happy Cancer season to all of the beautiful Cancers that I know out there. Wishing you a very happy birthday during this watery season. My rising sign is Cancer, so I resonate a lot with Cancers, and I feel like Taurus and Cancer, we just always vibe. It is always a vibe with the two of us, and I just love it. So sending a big happy birthday out there to all the beautiful Cancers this season, and I am definitely feeling all the watery vibes that comes with the beautiful Cancerian soul. So Mercury actually entered Cancer yesterday, June 26th, and it's going to be there until July 11th. So for any of my people out there who like a little astrology, we're going to dive into a bit of that. So Mercury is the planet of communication and connection. So while it is chilling out in the beautiful sign of Cancer, you may notice that we are speaking from the heart and prioritizing our unique emotional truths. So any of those feelings that you've been having and you're feeling the need to communicate on, don't hold back, let it come out. Everything happens as and when it should. And sometimes when Mercury is in Cancer, there's a bit more of that intuitive mind-reading quality, but just remember to stay present in the moment. Of course, do not ignore your intuition. As we talked about last week, connecting with your intuition and regaining connection with your intuition is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I feel like as people, we really should lean into that more than we do. Of course, like anything, things are going to happen as and when they should. It's always important to stay present, but when you're getting those little gut feelings and your inner knowings like, hey, what's up? Be sure to give it a listen, tune into that and then use your discernment as you move forward. So just wanted to touch on that. There may be more emotional communicating happening, but not in a bad way. This is not a bad thing. It's good to communicate our feelings and make sure that we are always honoring our inner needs and whatever it is that we require as we move through life to do so in a happy way, in a fulfilled way. And as we know, like happiness is such a beautiful thing, but it's just one feeling. There's so many feelings out there, and all of them are worthy of our time. Even the ones that aren't as comfortable sometimes, they are still worthy of being seen and heard and felt, because that's truly how we work through those shadows and be more fulfilled as human beings and just become more enlightened and wiser, and we can use our experience to help others along the way. And that's just such a beautiful part of being a human and living in this 3D existence. Is sure, there's going to be tons of times where things happen that may not feel ideal, or you may make a mistake, whatever the case may be. But when we can learn from that, grow from that, and take our experience and our stories to help inspire or assist somebody else as they're going through their journey, maybe they have some similarities to yours, I think that's just such a beautiful thing that we can do to be of service to humankind and to just spread our energy and spread our light by being vulnerable, by being open and allowing others to fully see us. And I know that throughout my experience, as I've healed, finding others who have been through something similar, it's always been so inspiring for me, or it's really helped me lift myself out of the fog or out of the darkness and step back into the light. So if you have something to share, or you can even talk to somebody one-on-one and help them through something based on your experience, I think that's just such an amazing thing that we can do so we can feel less alone, because none of us should feel isolated or alone in what we may be going through. It just makes my heart sad because I know how that feels as well, to feel isolated or to be removing yourself a little bit just so you can work on your stuff, which is totally cool. I mean, sometimes that's required, right? It's just having some alone time and really diving deep with yourself. But knowing that the support is out there, knowing others have been through something similar, it really does help in not feeling alone and removing some of that isolation, because I feel like, shame and guilt and those types of feelings, it lives in the dark. And I hate saying that because the darkness in us is also important. Those feelings can sometimes be difficult to bring them to the surface and to really open it up. And the more we share what we've been through, how we've navigated through it, it sheds light on those feelings. So they're no longer being hidden or going through your brain a million times a day, making you feel even worse than you already do. So let's take a nice deep breath, let it all go, and just remember that you are important and worthy, and your experience may help someone else, or someone else's experience may help you. So I think it's important we try and remain open. It can be difficult sometimes as you go through life, and certain experiences may cause you to want to close up a little bit and protect your energy. And I think protecting your energy is definitely an important thing, especially if you are more empathic and you do feel others' energy very easily. It's definitely important to protect your vibe, protect your aura, protect your energy, protect all of that. I do believe there's a difference between protecting it and then hiding it. And again, just speaking from my own experience, I feel like I've gone through different versions of this, different parts of my journey where I have pulled back and really isolated. But at times that was very necessary. I had to check in with myself and get real with myself and be like, okay, let's go on this ride. We're going to feel some feelings and it's not going to be a good time, but we have to do it so we can get through this and move forward and stop spinning around in this circle. So definitely necessary at times. And then there's other times where I feel like it was more of I'll call it a coping mechanism, just so much overwhelm and no more space for anything else. So it was more of a hiding as a protection type thing, but not in a healthy way. I hope that doesn't sound confusing because I feel like I'm using some of the similar wording, but I feel like you know what I mean. There's a difference between isolating to heal and isolating to hide. Ooh, look at us with the wordplay there. Isolating to heal and isolating to hide. It's true. And I think as long as you can be mindful, like if you're isolating to hide, as long as you can check yourself and be like, okay, time to stop hiding my light. Let's shine, baby, shine, and let's get back out there. I think that's the key, right? Self-awareness always. We are already off on a tangent as we tend to do here, but I'm telling you, when the flow happens, we just let it happen. We let the words come out. Mercury's in Cancer, so we're talking about the feels. So as I talked about earlier in the episode, I was home in New Brunswick last week. I'm trying to think. I'm like, was it last week? But yes, it was. It was last week. The days go so fast. I'm just like, when was I there? So we did not have an episode out last Tuesday. So we're back again here today, Tea Time Tuesday. And I just wanted to talk about the power of female friendship, because I have been very blessed throughout my life to find my soul sisters, and I'm so grateful for that because don't get me wrong, there's definitely been karmic connections come in that weren't real soul friendships. I feel like we've all been through that. You know, you go through different phases in life and different friends, but I feel like overall I've been very blessed to find my soul people and getting to reconnect with them in person. Oh my God. Like, I can't even put it into words. It just, again, I keep saying, I wish I had more time because each person that I got to spend some time with, I was just like, but no, like, I'm not done yet. Like, we're not done. Because once we start talking, like, we just can't stop. And it just never seems like enough time when we're together. And it's beautiful that we have the internet. We are able to connect with people in different places, all virtually. But I don't know about y'all, but it's just not the same as in person. Like, in person, that's what's up. Like, that's the tea. You get to feel them. You get to hug them. I am such a hugger. Like, I express love through hugs. Like, I love giving hugs, love receiving hugs. And it just is like, I mean, it's science too. I say this all the time, but spirituality and science, it intermingles all the time. And I love it. But yeah, hugging, it reduces your stress. It lowers your blood pressure. It gets those beautiful feel good endorphins on and popping. And of course, it's the most comforting thing in the world, especially too, if your love language, if physical touch is up there for you, hugs all around. Let's go. But yeah, being home, it really reignited my gratitude for those beautiful soul sisters that I have. And I just feel like it's such an important topic and such an important thing to have in this world is not only virtual connections with people, which some people, you don't live in the same place. So that's what you have to lean on. But when you do get those physical in-person meetings, cherish every moment, honey. I certainly did. And I'm just like, I'm having so many flashbacks. It just, the reason, like the way I know these connections are not coincidence. And again, I think everything happens for a reason. So let's just throw coincidence right out the door. But these people, like as soon as I'm with them, it feels like no time has passed. And it also feels like I know if I look at human time, it's been like almost 3 years since I've seen some of these people, but it just feels like it was just like yesterday and we just pick right back up where you left off. And I just know that's like the sign of a true soul connection. It's when your energies are like, oh my God, there you are. Like, it's just so incredible. And I truly wish for everyone in this world to have at least one person that they feel a soul connection with. And this does not have to be romantic. Like when I say soul connection, of course it can be romantic, but I don't mean it like that at all. I mean soul connection is just like, you just know. There's no way to really explain it properly. It's just your being is at peace. You connect so easily, you get each other, you read each other's minds, you go back and forth, like you can read each other so easily. And I just feel like that is such an amazing, incredible feeling to have. I'm feeling so much gratitude right now, even as I'm talking about it, because they all just feel like home, every single one of them. And it's beautiful because all of my girls, I mean, we're like the same but different. We all have similarities, but we're all very unique. And I just love how with each one of these beautiful women, I share such a beautiful bond and such a connection. And the different conversations that you have with each of them, a lot of times may be similar topics, but the way you talk about things might be slightly different depending on who you're with. And I just love that I have such an amazing group. Of course, I'm going to get all astrology on you, but I've got like my fire signs, my earth signs, my water signs, my air signs. I literally have a soul sister from every single element, and I love it. It just makes it so well-rounded, and I just can't say enough how much gratitude I have for each of these women. And, you know, packing in all that energy into such a whirlwind fast trip, it was, oh, don't get me wrong, the jet lag, honey, the jet lag got me. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, is this what being over 30 is? Is like this how it works now? Do I get motion sickness so easy now? Like, what is this? So yeah, definitely was feeling the effects of the jet lag and no sleep because I basically flew out of Vancouver Wednesday morning at like 6 a.m. So I had to be up at like 3 a.m. And I'm like my body, like I need sleep and I need to eat. Like those are, I know we all need those things, but like very much affects me. Like it can be different. It depends. My overtired can manifest itself in different ways. I can either be like super hyper, or I can be cranky, or I'll feel physically ill. It just depends. And same if I don't eat. If I don't eat, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get hangry. Like I need to put some food in my belly or I'm not able to function. So I was definitely feeling the effects of that. I just felt so nauseous and I was like, why? I was like, I don't want to feel this way. This is the worst. But I knew it was just such a buildup of lack of sleep. So got to New Brunswick Wednesday evening. Then Thursday was my girls' bachelorette. And I was so excited for that. I was her maid of honor. So I was super excited to plan and just to make her feel so special and just spoil her and B. Like they deserve it. And to me, that's what weddings are about. Like I will never for the life of me understand when people who are not getting married that day make the day about them. I'm like, can you just not? Like this is about the people getting married. This is not about you. And you need to just be here for them, celebrate their love, bring the good vibes, the good energy, and that's what you need to do today. So I am just like, no, the brides will have no stress. It's going to be a beautiful, amazing, fantastic day. And bring your good energy or go away. Basically, those are my thoughts. So it was just so amazing to be surrounded with the most beautiful, awesome people for Kelsey and B's bachelorette. We took the day and we sent them on a couples massage. We were like, no, you need to relax. This is your week. Your day is coming. So relaxation time, and that gave the girls and I time to get everything decorated and all set up. So that was super fun on Thursday. We did a big party with like lots of food, drinks, dancing, laughing, photo booths, sassy props. We did a fun game, and then we had a surprise party limo. We went to Apero. Shout out to Apero. Shout out to the amazing workers and owner of Apero. They went above and beyond for us. I had come there earlier in the day and we had decorations and we got tacos from their food truck. We got customized labels on some bubbly and had signature shots. I was like, just make them pink and yummy and vodka based. And they went above and beyond. It was literally like a birthday cake shot. It was amazing. So big shout out to them. It was such an amazing night. And then Friday, I just packed in seeing so many of my girls. So started in the morning and it was just like I had a few hours with a few girls, then few more hours with different girls, and then a few more hours with another. It was just all my ladies, and it was just amazing. And then Saturday was wedding day, so we got our bride feeling good, looking good. And I guess I did tell you all that I was officiating that last episode. So did my first wedding officiating. It was incredible. Kels and B were already legally married, so I did not have to be ordained or anything, but I definitely would do it. Like, I'm like, I love love. I love being able to speak and utilize my throat chakra, use my voice to spread light, spread love. I feel like that's what this channel is for. And when I say channel, I mean obviously this podcast, but just me, like me being a channel. I feel like I'm meant to use my voice in that way. So it was such an amazing experience. And plus too, I know Kelsey and B so well. So I knew how to say things in the way they would want because they're very laid back people. And so am I. Like we are not stuffy. We like keeping things, light and happy. So it was just amazing to be a part of their love and to feel all the energy. Like when I say that wedding was like the most beautiful, amazing energy, like it just was like everyone there and just Kels and B and just everything. It was so filled with love, filled with joy, and filled with light. Again, I'm just so honored that I got to be a part of it. Super fun. And I had people afterwards, just saying, you did a really good job. Like, you should do this. And then I had a few other friends being like, no, you should do this. And I'm like, maybe I should. Maybe that's another thing I could look into. I'm definitely open to it because, like I said, I mean, it's combining all the things that I think are amazing. And love is one of the most beautiful things in the world. So I'm like, oh my God, I'd be so honored to be able to personalize and make someone's wedding more customized to what they want. Because I know me, like whenever that day comes for me, I do not want the stuffy, generic, whatever. I want it to be very like how I would say things and like, I want it to be magical. I'm a magical being, so I want there to be words like love and light and gratitude and everything like that in there. So yeah, just that was a very, very good experience, and again, just very happy to be asked one and to be able to put something so beautiful together for people that I care so deeply for. So just all around amazing vibes. But yes, back to the female friendship. It's just something I feel, I mean, I'm going to get all millennial on yous here, but growing up in the era of the Spice Girls, I feel like we are so lucky and blessed because that was one of the main messages that those women put out to us was girl power and celebrating your femininity and female friendship and just being there for one another. And I mean, it's in so many of their songs, but also, I mean, of course, yes, the Spice World movie. Let's go there. Don't care what the haters say. We'll always love it. We'll always be iconic. But I just feel grateful because that was so ingrained in us. And like I said, it's been a long and winding journey of friendships for sure, but I have been blessed to find soul connections from a very young age. Like one of my best friends to this day, we've known each other since we were 5, and just being with each other through all seasons of life, and just that's it. Just always being there for one another. And that's one thing I love as well is I'm a very low maintenance friend. Like I know life is life. We are adults. And I feel like the sign of a true friendship is, you may not get to talk every day. You may not get that constant interaction because let's be real, that's not realistic. In the adult world, it is not realistic to be able to give that much of your energy and space to so many different people every single day. But when you can be together and when you do reconnect, it's just like nothing but love. I'm so here for it. And it's nice to showcase gratitude for even friendships that have passed. There is nothing but love coming from my end. Even the people you may not speak to anymore, it's just the phases of life. And I think if we can all remember what was so beautiful about the friendship, don't get me wrong, there are toxic people out there. I'm not categorizing that. But you probably learned something from that friendship as well. But let's just talk about the friendships that were amazing and not toxic, but maybe just phased out, because that happens, right? I feel like when we can still be sending them love from the sidelines and just always wishing them well, I think that's the most beautiful thing. And that's how you can continue the good flow of energy, right? And as I mentioned, there's definitely toxic people who are not good for you, should not be in your energy. I'm sure there was a lesson within that somewhere. And there was probably some good times too, right? I mean, maybe there wasn't. It's hard to say. We all have different experiences with different people. But I think even if it wasn't the best experience, if you can still just wish them healing or wish them love, I feel like that is, again, just good karma on your end, because that's all we can do at the end of the day. If we're holding on to resentment and ill wishes for others, ultimately, it's only affecting ourselves. But again, this is such a complex topic. I feel like I could go down many different rabbit holes on this. But yeah, being able to zoom out and look at your friendships you've had throughout your life through the lens of opportunity is a way that you can sometimes put the emotions aside if you haven't fully processed them yet and be like, okay, I was supposed to learn this from this person, or this person and I, we had the most fun during this phase of our life, and you can wish them well. It's not always a dramatic ending. Sometimes you just fade away, and that's okay too. But those soul connections that you get for life, and it doesn't matter how far apart you are, or how many different phases of life you go through, you always come back to each other. I just live for that. And I keep thinking of the same women in my head as I'm talking, and I'm just so grateful for each one of them because they're all such beautiful souls. Like when I look at them and I feel them, I feel light. Like I feel their beauty, and it doesn't matter in this human experience what they've gone through. I still just see them. I see their light. I see them shine, and I'm never not going to see them that way. Like no matter what mistakes anyone makes, no matter what someone goes through, like those people, like they're always just shiny to me and just beautiful souls, and I'm always going to have their back. I'm like, honey, I got you for life. Like, nobody will ever get through me to harm you because I will protect you always. And that's one thing about me too as a friend. I'm very, very protective of those I care for. And when people hurt those I care for, I'm like, nope. I'm like, get away from her. Like, no, thank you. I send it back all the way back. But I just love my people so deeply, and I will not let others take advantage of them, and I want the best for them always. As you're listening to this episode, if you have certain friends in your life that keep popping into your head, maybe take this opportunity and just send them a little message. Send them some love. Tell them you're thinking of them or you're grateful for their existence or whatever. Send them a funny meme, something. If they're popping into your head, they're popping in there for a reason. If they're making you smile when you're thinking about them, show them some love. Never hurts to show your girls some love and send all the good vibes out to them. And that's a good thing, right, too, about the memes. Oh my God, that's how half of me and my girlfriends stay connected every day. We're like, we just funny shit. We just send each other funny stuff or like spiritual stuff all day long. And it's just incredible. So if you've got those beautiful souls in your life, that's your homework for this Tea Time Tuesday, is to take some time out of your week and connect with those you care for and just send them some love. Could be simple, could be a comment on a photo, a like on a photo, anything. Simple, simple, easy, easy. And let's spread that love and spread that gratitude, and that will open up the channels for our own lives and our own existence to be in that mode of receiving and putting out the good. It can be so difficult to not get wrapped up in all the negative that goes on in the world. It can be very challenging, especially when you care deeply. But let's zoom out from that for now. Let's take a focus in on the people in our lives who do matter, who care for us, who show up for us, who are grateful for us too. It's a two-way street, right? Showcase your gratitude, and also when they give it back to you, it's just a beautiful exchange of energy and a way to showcase that love throughout your friendships. So that's what we're doing today on this Tea Time Tuesday, is celebrating those friends. We will be back in action again next week. We're getting guests lined up. The summertime is a bit more challenging when it comes to scheduling, but don't you worry, there will be some more guests coming back in action. And also our favorite sexpert, Shauna, she's going to be back with us in August. I know y'all love her. I can't wait to have my girl back on the pod. We always have the best episodes, and I just love her beautiful soul so much. So we are very, very lucky that she is going to come back on and do another amazing episode with us with all the education. We're breaking down the barriers. We're shedding light on a topic that should be talked about all the time, quite frankly. I can't wait to have our girl back. So stay tuned every Tuesday. Check us out. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like this video, share with your friends. If you're listening via podcast, give us a 5-star rating. I love to connect with you. And if you're over on Instagram, check out The Tea with KG. Same thing on Facebook. If you'd like to connect on socials, we are over there. So give us a follow and a like, a comment. I love to connect with all you listeners. If anything resonates, send me a message. I love hearing when things resonate. It really means a lot to me. It's like your little virtual hug to me. And I'm like, oh, yes, someone needed to hear this today. And it just fills me with so much joy to know that something that I have said or a guest has said has helped you in some capacity, because that's what the point of this podcast is to spread our light, to gain compassion, to lessen the judgment, and to open the doors for conversation and help each other feel less alone. So I want to wish everybody love and light as you take on this Tuesday. Happy Cancer season, and we will see you next week.